Hey, Damon DiMarco here for CreateX3.com, and today we're going to be doing a very quick primer on the difference between carriage shift typewriters and basket shift typewriters. Pretty basic stuff. The difference between a carriage shift and a basket shift is that when you press the shift key, in a carriage shift the entire carriage goes up, and that's what allows the type hammer to hit a different facet of itself. You can see right here that practically all typewriter keys have two facets. There's an upper and a lower one. And in many cases, in the letter keys, that means an uppercase letter and a lowercase letter. And for keys like this, that means when you hit this key, normally it's going to be a 7. When you hit it with a shift, it's going to be and. When you hit this key normally, it's going to be a dash. When you hit that key with a shift, it's going to be an asterisk. Let's take a look at that key right here. There it is. Let's pull that one out. So take a look at that. You can see that the asterisk, it looks like, is up on top, and the dash is right down on the bottom. So essentially, a shift is a toggle mechanism. It allows you to toggle between the two characters that are engraved on the type slug, which is the face right here, that is attached to the type hammer, which is this long arm right here. Or in a basket, also known as a segment shift, rather than the carriage goes up, the segment or basket goes down. It's really tempting to think of carriage shifts as being like an older thing and basket shifts as being a more modern design, but in actuality that wasn't the case. For instance, this is a 1929 L.C. Smith No. 8 with a 10-inch carriage. 1929 is a pretty old machine, but you can see here that on this machine they went with a basket shift, even as far back as 1929. Likely one of the considerations for that was the overall size of this machine. This is a pretty heavy hunk of typing iron. It's probably in the neighborhood of 30 pounds. To move a carriage of that size up and down, up and down, up and down would take a tremendous amount of effort for the typist. I think in general, many companies eventually switched over to the basket shift because it made for a lighter typing sensation. Every time you hit the shift key, it wasn't such a big burden. The basket would go down, you'd hit your shift, you'd move out of it very quickly, and then the basket would go up again. It certainly makes for a less clunky mechanism. But some companies certainly stuck with it. This is a late 1950s Olympus SM3. You can see that this is a carriage shift. So even as late as the late 1950s, I think this is a 1958 machine, Olympus at least was using in some of their typewriters the carriage shift mechanism. You can probably hear how clunky that is. Do you hear how the whole table vibrates? Listen. As a general recommendation, if you want a machine that has a lighter, quicker feel to it, you may find yourself purchasing a basket or segment shift machine, which most of the later vintage manual typewriters are. However, if you want what some people would consider to be a more classic feel, that heavier kerchunk sound, you may wish to purchase a carriage shift machine. There it is. So now you know the difference between a basket shift typewriter and a carriage shift typewriter. Pretty simple, right? Hey, thanks very much for watching. Please hit subscribe in the box that is down here someplace. In the meantime, stay happy, stay healthy, and stay creative.